Hi there everybody. So I wanted to bring you some exercises from our Yoga for Office Workers routine that we run a couple of times a week down at our studio in Macclesfield. The ones we're going to work through today are to work on releasing across the upper back, the shoulders, down the back of the arms and also into the front of the hips here. So all the muscles that we use, and then you get all really tight and short whilst you're typing away at the computer and spending long periods of time sat down. So the first one we're going to do is a little bit complicated to begin with, but bear with me, it's a really good one to do to help release the upper back. So we're going to take your arms up and in front. Lift your left arm a little higher than the right and then cross the arms over. Put a bend in the arms and bring the back of the hands together. Now that might be enough for some of you, that you don't need to go any further at all. But if you find that you can, you have a little bit more movement in the shoulders to have, bring your right hand closest to the nose and put the palm of the hands together. So we've actually got our arms into a position we call eagle arms, if you ever get a little bit lost with this. We're going to bring the elbows up to shoulder height and then we twist. So that twist comes all the way up the spine. We're going to keep the elbows in the middle of the chest and the hands in front of the head. And I'll show you on the other side, we twist the other way. Okay, so I don't always show you both sides, both alternatives when we go through this, but what I'll do today is do it for you. So it's a little bit more complicated, we're going to work on it again. Take the arms down in front, lift the right hand this time, cross the arms over, bend at the elbows, bring the back of the hands together. Then if you can this time, the left hand comes closest to the nose, place the palms together, lift the elbows, and again we twist. And what we're really looking for is a really good strong stretch across the shoulders and the shoulder blades. You might find between the shoulder blade and your spine you get a really good stretch. Okay, and then when you're ready, you can untwist. So we're going to keep working with the upper body. This time we're going to try and stretch through the triceps here. Now I'm going to use some blocks for this one, but you can just as easily use just a cushion or a pillow or something that you're going to fold over maybe once or twice. But whatever works for you guys, okay? I'm going to put that just to one side so I don't need it. I'm going to put the blocks towards the end of the mat. And we're going to lower down onto your tummy. Take the arms and rest them on the block or on your pillow or your cushion. And we want your elbows to be on the block, but your head to be just short of it. So my forehead's resting on the floor here. I'm going to push the palms together, bend through the elbows so the fingertips point to the ceiling. And what we're looking to get here is a really good stretch down the back of the arms. So if you find whilst you're here you don't get a really good stretch, all it means is you need to get your elbows just a little bit higher. So that might mean folding over that pillow or that cushion a little bit more. Or if you're using books, pop in another book underneath the elbows. And then when we're ready, we can release from there. Bringing the hands back and pushing ourselves up. And this is a good position to come into our final pose, final of our three poses we're going to go through. We're going to bring your left foot forwards today. I'll show you the left side. Come up to a high position and then sink the hips. And what we're trying to do is stretch all the way down the front of this back leg, all the way up into the very top of the hip. So we're going to lift the head, lift the chest, try and be really proud up here. And all the time letting the hips get lower. So for confidence, definitely place your hands on the thigh. If you are already feeling quite balanced there, you can extend the pose by reaching the hands up high to the ceiling. And you'll find that I'll encourage you just to sink the hips a little more and increase the stretch down the front of the thigh. So again, I'll show you that on the other side. Bringing the hands down. Changing the legs over. Just sinking the hip. Hands up onto the thigh. Lift the head and the chest. And if you you want to, if you feel like you've got the balance, you can float the arms up high. All the time trying to think about dropping the hips. And we'll rest there. Okay, so you've got 3 exercises you can work through there, guys. You can spend as long or as little as you want to work on those to help try and release off the hips, shoulders, back, arms. Obviously, any questions, do pop them on the comments at the bottom of the page or get in contact with us through our email or phone. And hopefully I'll see you in a few weeks' time for another video. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.